So if you guys are taking on any plumbing projects around your house, Teflon tape is a must-have and should always be readily available. I always have a few rolls just on my tool belt, and it comes in handy where I'm not having to run out to my truck or make a specific trip to the home improvement store just to get some. Now, there are a few things you need to know to make sure you're installing Teflon tape properly, and we'll also cover the other side, which is where you should not use Teflon tape. Just because you see threads, you know it's a fitting, a valve, or a pipe, and it handles water, that doesn't necessarily mean you need Teflon tape to equal a leak-free fitting. So let's jump into it and show you how to properly install Teflon tape. So for the example, we'll use a 1/2-inch nipple here. This is National Pipe thread. If you've ever wondered that the threads look like they taper in a little bit, they actually do. For every 1 inch of threads you travel, the diameter will reduce by 1/16 of an inch, and that is per design. Now, if you tried to just bring together this pipe within an elbow, it would easily thread in at the start, and then you'd really start to hit some resistance. The problem is that is not going to equal a leak-free fitting. So you just have metal on metal there, and the contact area would not be enough to stop water, especially pressurized water, from leaking out. And that is where Teflon tape comes in. So you can get just a standard 1/2-inch roll of Teflon tape at any home improvement store. Super inexpensive. You're going to spend about 75 cents to $1. And this is what it looks like. Extremely thin and easy to work with. So you do need to wrap this around the pipe in a certain direction. So what you do is you take a look at the end of the pipe. So you'll be facing the end of the pipe. And then you would want to wrap this in the clockwise direction. So you can take the Teflon tape and kind of contour it to the threads. At the start, you will not pull much until you complete your first wrap, because then the Teflon tape will be holding on to itself. So you can either roll the pipe in your hand, or you could wrap the tape around. And I do 3 or 4 wraps of tape, and then all you have to do is pull that and just tuck in the extra. So that would be enough Teflon tape, which should equal a leak-free connection. I did a survey on the channel, and about 2,000 people gave feedback. 80% of people either do 2 to 3 wraps or 3 to 4 wraps. So that's the feedback from you guys, and I do appreciate you guys voting in on that stuff. It helps out with some of these videos. So as we would tighten down this elbow, the reason you need to wrap a certain direction is this elbow is going to apply pressure on that Teflon tape, and wrapping it in the clockwise direction is going to help to keep the Teflon tape on the threads. So what would happen if we went the other direction? So if we look at the end of our pipe, what would happen if we went in the counterclockwise direction? So now we have the Teflon tape in the counterclockwise direction, which is not the correct direction, right? We'd always want to go clockwise, not counterclockwise like we did here. So as you would start to tighten on your fitting, you see how the Teflon tape starts to unwind and move? You can see it start to unwind there. So that's what would happen if you wrapped in the counterclockwise direction. The fitting, as it tightens up, will want to unroll your Teflon tape, which you can see would cause a problem trying to get that leak-free connection. So 3 to 4 wraps in the clockwise direction as you look straight at your fitting is how you would properly install Teflon tape. Now, if you have a fitting or possibly a shower arm that's in the background there, and you need to get the old Teflon tape off, you can't just use an old toothbrush and start to work the old Teflon tape out of the threads. And you want to have nice clean threads for your new wrap. Don't just put it over the old Teflon tape. Now, I actually prefer this. This one's a little beat up, it's one I use. I actually prefer Blue Monster. It's kind of a premium Teflon tape. Although it's substantially more, This might be actually $4 to $5 at your home improvement store. You can check the link in the description. It comes with about 3 to 5 times more on the same roll. So yes, it is more expensive, but you're getting a lot more Teflon tape. So the Blue Monster is about the same thickness, but the density and strength is much better. So again, you'd always want to make sure that you're wrapping it in the clockwise direction. One thing I will note with Blue Monster, it's not gonna stick to the threads as well as the white cheap Teflon tape, the standard Teflon tape. So you do need to make sure you have at least a wrap and a half or 2 wraps before you start really pulling on your tape and applying the rest of it. So if you're having trouble getting standard white Teflon tape to seal, it might be worth picking up some Blue Monster or another premium Teflon tape, which I think is a better product and probably worth a few extra bucks. Now, the only other thing I'll talk about here in sealant is pipe thread sealant, or what's commonly called pipe dope. I did another survey asking people if they use Teflon tape, pipe dope, or a combination of putting down Teflon tape first and then putting pipe dope on top of the Teflon tape. 13% actually just use pipe dope, and then 24% actually use Teflon tape with pipe dope on top of it, with everybody else just going with the standard Teflon tape. So something to note. Now, without a brush, you gotta kind of just smooth it on with the end of your tube. And you'd want to push it towards the end of the threads to make sure that you're actually going to get the sealant inside the fitting prior to it tightening up. If you're having trouble with just pipe tape, you might want to use some pipe dope on top of it, and then that might help you out. But lastly, let's talk about where you should not be using Teflon tape, and here is an example, which can be confusing because technically this is a standard pipe thread, right? So you would be using Teflon tape on this portion of the shutoff valve, but this portion you would not be using Teflon tape. So I know that can be confusing, but the reason is if you look at your water lines, they actually have a seal within them. They have a rubber seal, usually it's cone in shape. So when you tighten this down, you do not need any sealant on the threads themselves because the sealing is actually happening at this interface with the rubber seal pressing down on your threaded connection. So do not place any Teflon tape here. Let the seal do what it's designed for, and then that will result in a leak-free install. Additionally, this is a Delta tub spout adapter. You would turn your tub spout on here. You do not need Teflon tape on these threads because, again, the seal is going to be this back O-ring here. So for the most part, if you find an O-ring or another seal, or in terms of a compression fitting where you're actually going into, let's say, copper pipe, I'll show you there is a ferrule in here, and that is what's going to compress and equal a leak-free connection. So again, no Teflon tape needed on these threads because the compression fitting already has everything it needs. So when you tighten that down, the ferrule will expand and it will equal a leak-free connection. And lastly, the most common source of water leaks and damage is actually at your shower arm. This would be going right into your drywall. You do need Teflon tape at this connection, and you want to be careful when you get everything set up that it's not leaking, because sometimes this part is back in your drywall, and by the time you tighten it up, turn it on, okay, water's coming out. Well, you might have a small drip out of here, and all of a sudden your drywall starts to damage over the months. You start getting mold. That is super common, especially in rental properties. Now, I had just told you that I would not use Teflon tape if I saw a seal. A shower head is an exception to the rule, at least in my book. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. This does have a flat washer there that creates a seal, but I can often, especially with cheap shower heads, not get that to seal properly. With the cheap shower heads, they're usually extremely loose with the threads. This is plastic, so it's going to be hard for you to tighten it down. It's only supposed to be hand tight. So this is where you might need to use quite a bit of Teflon tape and possibly even Teflon tape combined with the pipe dope to get it to stop leaking. Now, if it leaks here, that's annoying. That's something you don't want, but it's not as critical as if you're leaking towards the interface in the drywall, which would cause much more damage. This leak is just going to go into your tub surround. So hopefully you have a little bit more information for your plumbing projects around the house and how to use Teflon tape properly. For my 2 cents, I would go with the premium Blue Monster Teflon tape and do 3 to 4 wraps around your threads, and that should get you the finished product you're looking for. Now, if you want to dive a little bit deeper and understand shark bites and how to properly use those for your DIY plumbing projects around the house, check out this video right here. We'll dive into it. We'll actually cut some open, show you what's inside, so you can make an informed decision on if those will work for your projects around the house. So thanks for stopping by for this video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.